Hi everyone, it's Darla. It's Scrap Happens here with Tuesday's tip. I've been challenged on one of my team pages to try the rubbing alcohol technique on vellum. And I also had one of my downline accept the challenge, and she's done it already and did a fabulous job. So I just wanted to experiment with it today and see the different things that we can do. Now we all know that we can heat emboss onto vellum. So I use the sunflower stamp set along with the sunflower dies, and I heat embossed this sunflower with white embossing powder. Now, you can use your Stampin' Blend markers, the alcohol markers, and you can color on top of it. And it just wipes. So if you want to make it darker or splotchier, you can use a paper towel with that. Now you also, for the flowers, or for the petals, I wanted to show you that you can color underneath it. And I have my Daffodil Delight light and dark markers. And I'm just going to real quickly do part of the flower. And then you turn it over and you just have light color coming through. I think you can see that. You can darken it up by adding more ink. You can try different colors. Okay, so that's it on one side underneath. I want to also show you what the petals will look like colored from the top. You have to be a little careful. So if you want a brighter look, and if you want it to not be on the white, you need to be more careful than I'm being. But I don't mind it on the white. So, and then, so you can get a real subtle look by coloring underneath, and you can get a brighter look by coloring on top. Okay, so there's one technique you can use. I also wanted to show you how you can make a background. I have this black piece just so you can see, but I'm gonna take it away because I wanted to show you some different techniques. So I have this background, and what you can do here is, where's my spritzer? You can spritz it with some of the rubbing alcohol, and then you can drop a couple of drops. Oops. And then spritz it again. And then just spread it around. With your paper towel. You can also use saran wrap. That gives it a really cool texture. So there is a fun background for you. Another thing that I played with today is using my brayers. So I spritzed it. I have half a sheet here. spritzed it, and I have some old olive ink. I have some crushed curry ink. And I have some pumpkin pie ink. And I'm going to I'm going to spritz it again. And just take my paper towel and to try to get rid of some of those lines. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take from the autumn leaves die, I'm going to take that out and I'm going to punch it out. And this is one that I pre-did. It didn't get as much green in it, but it's a fun thing to play with and practice. So I hope you'll give that one a try too. Now, I have some flowers and I wanted to show you that you can just spritz them with the rubbing alcohol. If you do both sides, it will help it get a little bit darker. See if we could add another color. Let's see how that turns out. I'm just playing. It's a fun thing to do. And that's a very subtle color. Oops, sorry. Sprayed the wrong way. That's just a very subtle color. Okay, set that aside to dry. I also, you can just color it without using any heat embossing. You can just color with the rubbing alcohol. Oh, my leaf is, I kind of tore it. So there's the dark old olive. And here's, oops, the side with the light. Oh, I'm just gonna take that leaf off, obviously. But I wanted to show you how you can kind of, I want the brush end. Well, everything's falling now. With the brush end, just add a little deeper color at the bottom. And then blend it up. Just adds a little texture to it. As do the little stitches. I think they're really great. Okay, I'm gonna set those aside. That one to dry. And the rubbing alcohol dries faster so than water. Another thing you can do is you can take your block, and I have some rubbing alcohol in a brush. You can, in an aqua brush, you can just spritz it. If you want to try to keep it in a better, in its space, the brush works well. And then I'm just going to add some drops of color. I have Magenta Madness, 2 in colors, and Polished Pink. And then, where'd I put my brush? Oh, here we go. And I'm just gonna kind of swirl it around. I'm going to stamp it with my block onto a piece of vellum. That gives it a really cool effect. You can also take that same painter and paint some color onto a flower or leaves. And you can see the brighter colors are definitely more vibrant on the vellum than the subtle color. This was a watered down one, so I kind of like the darker colors. I don't know about you. The brighter colors, they show up better. And I don't. I was trying to see if it would blend a little bit. And then here it is. I love these dies. These are the pierced bloom dies. So they have all this stitching on them. I just think they're so beautiful. So you can get some really fun techniques and add some color to the background. Now here, this could be like an actual background to your card. It would go fabulously with our new paper, Artistically Inked. I love that paper. You can use it as a background, or you can also cut it out, you know, use a die and cut it out. You want to wait till it's dry, obviously. Let's see. I think I have a couple more. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to wipe this block off. And I'm going to do this leaf the same way. I'm going to stamp it. I'm going to use my aqua painter. And it has a little bit of the pink in it still, but that's okay because fall leaves, yes, I'm ready for fall, have a little red. So I have some crushed curry. I have some pumpkin pie. And I think I'll put a little bit more of that magenta madness. You can also do this on watercolor paper. You can do it on the thick cardstock. It all gives you really just fun effects. And let's just see what this color combination does for this leaf. Ooh, I love it. Looks like a real leaf. See what fun things you can do with vellum and alcohol inks. Your alcohol inks, your Stampin' Blends, but you can also just use rubbing alcohol with our regular ink to do some fun techniques. Next time I'd put some paper underneath there. Ooh, I wish I had some cut. And I would put this on there and I would stamp it, and then my background would have a cool background, but the leaf part would be white. That's for another day, I think. Hey, that's all I have for you today. I hope you'll play with some rubbing alcohol. I did want you to know that you need to use the 91%. The lower ones, they don't work as well with blending and spreading. So use 91% rubbing alcohol. And have fun. Just try it. Have fun. Try different tools. Try different papers. It's a lot of fun. But today I wanted to play with the vellum for our challenge. And thank you so much for stopping by. You'll find more inspiration on my blog at scraphappensherewithdarla.com. And I'll be here next week with another Tuesday's Tip video. So hit subscribe so you don't miss it. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.